Yo, Gidro once again. This is for entertainment purposes only. We're reacting to 9 bizarre and selling public access shows. Not on regular television, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know people back in the days couldn't afford cable. But I never seen no shit like this before. I ain't gonna front. I never seen public access shows, but I did see shit off the cable box when I was a youngster. But now we're gonna look at how public access shows was. I'm guessing it had to be early 2000s because niggas don't have that shit now. But boom, we're gonna watch this shit right here and see how things was back in the days.
In the past, we've talked about several public access shows from everyone's favorite corner of television, the one where anyone with a camera can shoot anything they want and show it to the world, or at least show it to those who dare wonder what's on public access television. Nowadays, with decent quality cameras in our smartphones, it's easy for just about anyone to make content, and we have great websites like YouTube to showcase this. But what about back then? What about before YouTube, Dailymotion, VidMe, all that? Well, that's what public access was for, and today we're counting down more of the most insane shit ever put there.
Jerk Beast. How the show
Hold
got
up,
on
wait a
television
second.
screens just
Jerk Beast, are you serious? That sounds inappropriate in unfamiliar websites that y'all niggas be knowing about. You feel me? I'm playing. But Jerk Beast is crazy though, I ain't gonna front. Look at this dude. That shit is terrifying if this shit comes on at 12 o'clock at night. You feel me? That's some crazy shit, I ain't gonna front.
baffles the mind.
Nigga name is Jerk Beast.
A large Muppet-like
That's a
creature,
pause,
which
but
in
that's even
reality
more crazy.
is just a strange man in a large devil's costume called the Jerk Beast, and his human friend act belligerent and
The
shit
nigga name
posts
is
on
Act
television,
Belligerent.
and then tell people to call them.
Yo.
During said calls, the Jerk Beast and his friend just kinda cussed and act rude, and just mean to those who call him.
Speak, you asshole!
Asshole, speak, you asshole.
Say something interesting before I come through this camera and rip you a new one.
Say something interesting. Why don't you go to the dentist, man?
Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Go to the dentist and
Why don't
get
you
this
shut the
damn
fuck up?
ugly teeth taken care of, man.
Hang up on this idiot.
I'm falling apart here.
God damn it, if there's one thing I hate, it's idiots like that calling my show.
After watching a few episodes, it is clear that
Nah, I ain't gonna
those who
front.
call them do so with the understanding that these people
I ain't gonna front. If I seen this when I was a kid at nighttime, this shit probably be terrifying. I ain't gonna front. A big ass fucking mascot with fucked up teeth is cursing and screaming and stuff with the broken arm. I'll be terrified. I ain't gonna front, but this is some crazy shit.
are just going
Oh,
to
shit.
vigorously scream at them. Even during the beginning of the show, they asked the audience to make fun and harass the Jerk Beast, presumably with the intention of trying to get the best humor and gain the biggest reactions. We do have to ask, what is the humor in watching people cussing, cursing, and accusing each other of being fags? During
That's-
the show, they do some fairly controversial things, especially for the early 2000s, such as cuss a 10-year-old
2000s.
out on live television, attack another anti-gay Christian public access show by calling them gay for Jesus, and then proceeding to call themselves fags for Jesus, and finally getting into vivid detail about fucking studio lights through the anus of the titular Jerk Beast himself.
What's your problem? What's Your Problem is definitely the most mysterious, if not most well-known of the shows on this list. Perhaps its vagueness is what led it to gain so many views, over 200,000 to be exact. Interestingly, the video has been around since 2006, a year after YouTube was created. The show, however, is scarce with information, thus making it truly strange and bizarre. What's Your Problem is believed to have been from either Pittsfield or Terrytown, according to 2 YouTube descriptions. It aired sometime around the
Terrytown,
80s or
that's kinda
90s,
weird.
meaning that some guy had the footage stored away somehow for over 20 years. Thanks. What's Your Problem features a man in front of a green screen, trying to eat a fish that keeps being pulled away from his plate, though this doesn't stop him. A reoccurring voice is saying, "What is wrong with you?" and "What's your problem?" and it plays loudly in the background. And the man constantly responds to the mysterious voice and defends himself over and over and over again, for 3 minutes.
What is wrong with you? I don't have What's your problem? Would you shut up? What is wrong with you? Would you just shut up? What's wrong with you? What's your problem? What is wrong with you? I'm trying to eat a fish. I'm trying to eat a fish and it falls off the plate. Would you shut up? What is wrong with you?
There's no spirited message or any music or guest featured. It's instead just this man eating her.
All I gotta pretty much tell you is this: how you know nowadays the internet is fucked up. Because there's no way possible people would watch this for a long time nowadays. Everybody's attention span is messed up. Back, if this said they took place in the 90s, 80s, bro, they had probably crazy ass imaginations, and they keep watching this shit over and over. A person saying what is wrong with you is crazy. But the fucking fish, how the fish is even, they put a string on the fish to pull the shit off his plate. First of all, the fish not even cooked. This dude's eating raw fish. Let's talk about that first. This shit's crazy, I ain't gonna front.
Harassed by
I ain't
some
gonna front, this
disembodied
shit's wild.
voice. The man appears
But
to
that's
be
how you
mentally
know.
ill, maybe. Almost as if the voice
Attention
being
span is
played
fucked
is
up
going through his
nowadays.
head
Yeah,
or
nobody
something.
will watch this shit
It's just
for
a weird
hours.
fucking show.
Just shut up. What's your problem?
Yeah, that's crazy.
What is wrong with you? I'm gonna hit you with my fish if you don't shut up.
Chip the Black Boy.
Oh, hold on, what?
Chip the Black.
They had a TV show called Chip the Black Boy. What kind of shit? All right, let's see what the fuck they talking
Boy
about.
is just uncomfortable. It's like an Adult Swim bumper or a late night infomercial that
Chip
just
the Black
got
Boy.
way out of control. We are sure you know what we mean. The low budget video followed by the somewhat decent audio quality, only to display a somewhat disturbing message that makes you want to laugh just due to how uncomfortable it is. We are not sure if this thing
This
is
don't look like no
supposed to
fucking
be
public
shock
access
humor.
show.
All we can say is that Chip the
They
Black
just
Boy.
added this in because them niggas low key racist. Gonna put in Chip the Black Boy. This ain't no fucking public access show, man. The motherfuckers probably made that shit themselves and thought that shit was fucking. Name is crazy. That's what I got pretty much tell you. And the fact that that was so random, Chip the Black Boy, is.
Is
I have
one
no
of the
comment at this
weirdest
point.
public access oddities
have no
that
comment.
we have had the fortune to see. And here's why. Chip the Black Boy is some sort of musical show, starring a rapping dummy called Chip the Black Boy. Oddly enough, the music is not about religion or anything like that. It's almost like one of those weird ARG sites that has a sort of spiritual dark tone to it.
A spiritual
Some of the
dark
lyrics
tone.
from the song
I don't
Black
get
Candles are occult-like in nature. And here are a few examples.
That's kind of creepy. I go
I
from.
don't question the source of these voices. Their commands leave me with no choices. Who can deny a decree from the sky? But a fool, I'm a dummy, but no fool am I. And though I may...
You may think that this is just a one-off special, but no. It seems whoever made this actually has a point.
He had more
as
bars
there's
than a lot of
second
dudes
song
nowadays,
simply
I ain't gonna front.
titled Am I Weird? Here are a few disturbing excerpts
That was
from
like-
that.
Am I weird? Am I everything you fear? Am I the voice in the void in the space between your ears? Am I leading you to hell? While you're wishing well? Am I bolting you to heaven with a hypnagogic spell? Can you smell it?
Something about these odd lyrics leads me to believe that there's something even more disturbing beyond the pop dusty layer of unnerving
fucking funny, I
shock
ain't gonna
horror
front. Am I
that the
weird?
show displays. Perhaps the
That's a good
intention
song.
was to watch the show
That's a good song.
and have us pick it apart and figure out what exactly is
They
going
don't
on.
make songs like that no more.
Maybe there's a
About
underlying
anything.
story, a work of fiction, or
That's some good shit. The kids should hear that
with
song.
it being public access, perhaps the true answer is much more horrifying than anything we can speculate here.
The Asylum for Shut-ins. Video psychotherapy. Originating from Cleveland, The Asylum for Shut-ins is an extremely odd show, seemingly hosted by this puppet named the Doctor. Sometimes
I
in
like
front
Chip
of
the
his
Black
large
Boy better.
portrait of himself.
This guy like a
In this
bozo, I ain't gonna
episode,
front.
he commands the audience to bow down to him and to praise him, or he'll crush you with the heel of his boot. The following scenes contain more of our host giving orders and demanding leadership, intercut with random scenes of people falling and puking and shit exploding on constant repeat. I mean, some of the editing is actually pretty impressive for a public access show, but most of it is just these clips and the doctor speaking, albeit very disturbing. Not even disturbing in a subtle, quiet way. The show just hits you over the head with its imagery, and when the show does go quiet, that's when the host begins to speak about a world gone mad, how he murdered all of his elementary school teachers, and psychotherapy stuff like that.
When I tell you to clean the boot, you clean the boot.
That look like the dude from Goosebumps.
You march until you drop and then you march some more. You must never tire. You must never grow weary. But march. March in endless toil, in endless suffering. March for me.
Yo, that's some.
The website is even spookier, with video diaries
They got
from
their
the
own
doctor,
website.
fan mail, and hey, a gift shop. Finally,
Who
to
the hell's
conclude this
buying
entry,
shit from that gift
here's an
shop?
excerpt
You a
from the
bozo.
Facebook page.
Not gonna front.
The doctor is a sadistic, power-mad ventriloquist dummy who administers doses of mind-bending video, ultraviolence, and savage social commentary. He delivers his demented therapy with machine gun-like collages of horror movie clips, audio and video samples fused together in a musical tapestry of terror, madness, and destruction. Coming attractions for the end of sanity.
The Captain Video Show. It's easy to see when someone truly and unabashedly loves what they do. And Captain Video, or Ralph Zavadi, loves what he does. Somehow, Captain Video made a public access show with no budget that just captivates the audience with nothing more than the sheer force of will of this man's charisma. The first episode that we saw involved the intro where this man, this god amongst men, enters a scene by riding a leaf blower, only to turn the camera and talk about how he loves popping bubbles, only to grab some construction equipment and attempt to pop a sun pool tarp. He later transitions into a scene where he talks about his love for Beerios. This show is just great. To properly describe the show, you would need to take the sheer insanity of Andrew WK and combine it with the crude stunts and humor of Jackass. Even when in pain, this man is devoted to what he does and maintains his persona, which is something most people, and even actors, can't achieve. The perfect example of this? One winter day, he attempted a trick, which involved him from jumping from a telephone pole into the pool tarp in his backyard. Unfortunately, he hit the pool side and broke his neck, and was only saved by a kid coming home from school who heard the noise. Astoundingly, he decided to air the episode uncut, including the failed stunt, which subsequently got his show canceled. Despite
want to
this,
see
he
that now.
remained upbeat and did not let a broken neck get him down. In fact, after a bit of recovery time, Captain Video credited Frank Zappa Music for curing his broken neck. There is also talk that he may be coming.
I ain't gonna front. That's an entertaining ass public action show, you know what I'm saying? A person just hurt himself, you know what I mean? This still like the 90s, like the late 90s or 80s. I'm assuming 80s, late 80s. This is before Jackass people, and he broke his neck on TV for views. That's great, I ain't gonna front. People like that deserve
Back to television. And
more
to
audience.
mark this man's
You feel me?
return is a documentary entitled Beauty Day.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Electra Elf and Fluffer. Electric Elf and Fluffer is about a girl who works for a newspaper, internet thing called Ass. She also moonlights as a superhero called Electric Elf, but in order to become Electric Elf, she needs to take a pill that is either LSD or Elf SD. It's really hard to figure out what exactly they are saying. She then proceeds to fight crime with her dog Fluffer, who has radioactive piss for some reason. Their words, not mine.
shit, my leg, I can't move it and it burns. Ah! It's that crime fighting rat. It pissed on me.
That's radioactive pee, buddy.
The effects of the show are actually okay for the time. We won't say that they're Oscar-worthy, but there is camera movement.
People are fucking crazy,
framing.
bro.
And
Something
while
they
the
shouldn't just do.
performances are campy, they are at the very least
Yo, people need
entertaining,
help.
unlike most of the insanity on this list. Near the end of episode 1, Electra Elf,
all this took
odd
place in episode 1, by the way.
exposition-spewing, factoid alien of this world, gets captured. When she gets captured, the main villain of the episode, Lucifera, forces her to eat raw mayonnaise by shoving spoonfuls down her mouth, while also having her strapped down to a table where her legs are connected to a pulley, which makes her legs get raised for some reason. After a failed attempt at contacting Professor Nerditz, she finds a nail file and remarks about how else is a superhero supposed to look this good. She manages to free herself using this nail file, despite talking loudly to herself. She only got away with this because the villains were too busy snorting a white powdery drug called Euphoria.
Yeah, it's called crack.
As expected,
No.
Electric Elf
Hold on.
beats
We ain't
the
gonna
bad
skip
guy.
past that. I ain't gonna skip past that. You saying they sniffed a white powdery substance called Euphoria? Nah, bro. It's called cocaine. Cocaina. And them motherfuckers in this show is fucking... They need a job. I ain't gonna front. They need a better career path. Because it's radioactive piss, eating mayonnaise, getting captured. All this shit took place in episode 1. You're now on Star Trek. This shit should have been on TLC, the channel. But yeah, some bizarre shit, I ain't gonna front. But, yeah, that...
Guys,
This is outrageous.
Finally making it back to
And the show's
her
called
office,
Ass. Something
where
ass.
a
She's flying with her
LSD drug
ass out.
tip happens,
It's crazy.
and it's episode 2, I guess. I don't know. The
What
show
the-
is an oddity. It's hard to explain really anything about the show because the explanation leads down a rabbit hole that has the inevitable answer of everyone involved in this production was on drugs, so accept it.
They had to been on drugs. And her ass just showing on camera. Crazy.
Carmen's Banana Cooking. The show was made in the 1980s using Austin Access Television in Austin, Texas. The show times for this strange monstrosity of broadcast television history was 10:30 p.m. on Saturdays and midnights on Sundays. We begin this entry with that information because talking about this show was just weird. Not creepy weird, not fascinating weird, but weird in the sense that you take one look at this and see the caked on makeup and what clearly is a man wearing poorly done, fake, oversized, prosthetic latex boobs, and think to yourself, man, can I just not watch this?
Oh, there's nothing like a good old-fashioned love song. I tell you, Carmen must be in love. Hey! Welcome to another episode of Carmen's Banana Cooking.
Carmen's Banana Cooking is a show that takes place in its own world that has lore and mythology all centering around bananas for some reason. Despite how bizarre and insane the show seems to be, none of it is interesting, and it's just a slog to watch as there's poor video and audio quality, and plenty of dead air that just makes this painful to sit through. Whatever demented mind thought this up could not write a script that would progress the show forward in any cohesive way. They talk with each other about magical bananas that could see the future, and sometimes Carmen sings.
If I can't conceal the thrill that I'm feeling, don't blame me.
Too bad it's kind of mumbled and really hard to understand. All in all, Carmen's Banana Cooking is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. But sometimes it's good that these public access shows are buried under layers of years, because, honestly, this thing is right at home, buried under the ground where no one has to look at it.
That's not funny. That's sick. The first impression of that's not funny, that's sick is a man with wide eyes that almost look like glass, with yellowed, crooked teeth. Set up in a dimly lit
crooked
setting,
teeth.
saying,
That dude's
I
funny.
like little kids. I like to look at little kids. They're so cute. Little kids, they're so cute. Little kids. Oh, God, little kids.
That's not funny. That's sick.
That is sick. You know what?
A
I'm
big
pausing right
theme
there.
of,
You know what I mean?
That's not.
That was the last straw, and that wasn't funny. Stay away from the little ones. All I got to pretty much tell you is show me some love on this video, on this reaction. You feel me? Peace, bong. I'm out. I hope the best for you guys, and this is for entertainment purposes only. They're out of pocket. I'm done. Peace.